Hey everybody, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and today I'm chatting with Greg about his 2019 Toyota Tacoma. Greg, welcome. Thanks so much for being here with me today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
For everybody who's watching at home, Greg is driving a 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road package. For wheels, he's got the Ion Style 143s. These are 18 by 9 inches with a 0mm offset. He's also running a set of Supreme Suspension 1.5-inch wheel spacers, and this combination makes for an aggressive stance. For tires, he's got the Nitto Terra Grappler G2s, and these are 265/70 R18s, equating to about a 32 by 10-inch tire. And then for suspension, he's got the Supreme Suspension 3-inch Pro Billet strut spacers up front. Can you tell me a little bit about why you chose this setup? Was there some sort of inspiration behind your build?
I like the front end a little higher than the back. Decided to go with the wider spacers to give it more an aggressive look. Chose the Ion wheels because I'm kind of a spoke guy. I like the spokes on the wheel. Everything I have on the truck is matte black, so I've matte blacked it out inside and out, so very happy with it.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you use the truck? Is it your daily? Do you off-road? Do you haul? What do you do with it?
It's pretty much a daily. Go off-road, don't get real aggressive with just the front end spacers, lift leveling kit. I don't get too aggressive, but I have a lot of fun in it. My wife and I take it out and we'll spend a day out there and we have a good time.
So again, these are the Ion Style 143s. They are 18 by 9s with that 0mm offset, and you're running the Supreme Suspension 1.5-inch wheel spacers. So this combination in total gives you a little bit of poke, makes for that aggressive stance. So I know you said that you are a spoke guy, you like that kind of style, but what drew you specifically to this wheel in particular?
I think the finish, the matte black, everything I found was satin or gloss. The price was right. I think that it gave it a unique look. That was the reason for it. I went through and looked at a lot of wheels, a lot of brands, and I like some other ones too, but the Ion is what stuck out to me.
What other kind were you considering? I know you said you really like that matte black, but were you thinking about maybe a gloss or some kind of like satin type of finish, or maybe another color?
Looking at satin, looking at Method, the Ridge tire or wheels, looked at Mickey Thompson, several other wheels. Spent a lot of time on your site. You have a lot of wheel packages, so it's taken me a long time to finally pull a trigger on what I wanted. The wheel was available with an 18mm offset. Couldn't get it right away, and that's why I decided to put the spacer in.
What made you go with that kind of setup? Was that something that you were looking for initially, or was that just kind of a happy accident that you found?
I was actually looking for it to stick out a little bit, a little more aggressive, like the look.
Have you had any issues with like rocks or anything kicking up or causing any problems with that running on the truck?
With the tire sticking out not real far, I don't get much mud, much rocks. I don't get any rocks, so to speak. They're not hanging out too far. I don't want them to stick out any more than the inch and a quarter than I have now.
I want to chat about the tires now. So again, for tires, you're running the Nitto Terra Grappler G2s. These are 275/70 R18s, equating to about a 32 by 10-inch tire. So what made you choose this size?
I wanted the bigger tires. I didn't want to go too big. These are just about 33 inches. Didn't have any problems with rubbing. I think anything taller would have not really looked appropriate on a truck that has a 3-inch lift. Plan on going to a 4-inch lift, but I still think the tires will look appropriate. Anything taller than that, I think the tires would look better, a little larger.
So what made you go with these versus, say, something a little bit more aggressive on the AT spectrum or a mud terrain?
I was looking at the grapplers. I decided on the Terra grapplers because I do more everyday drive than I do off-road. The Terras are a little quieter. I've heard they wear a little bit better, so looking to get some good miles out of it, kind of keeping the quiet down.
So it's pretty quiet then when you're out driving on the highway and whatnot?
Yeah, very, very quiet.
I know you said you've taken them off-road a little bit. How have they been grip-wise? Have you had any issues getting stuck or anything like that?
No, not at all. They're great off-road, and like I said, I don't do any aggressive stuff, but never gotten stuck. Seems to bite real well, and very pleased with them so far.
Have you noticed any error with like the speedometer or odometer reading a bit off since you've upsized a bit?
Yeah, it is off. If I'm doing it's probably about 5% off. So if I'm doing 70 on my speedometer, I'm really doing about 73, 74. If I get any higher than that, of course, the ratio changes.
Did you notice the truck feeling any more, say, sluggish off the line or from an acceleration standpoint since you've, again, changed the wheels and tire sizes?
No, you know, I've had your pedal commander on it for quite a while, and that keeps the response really good. I don't think that I'm going to gear it right away because of the responsiveness off of that, but haven't really noticed a whole lot. Did notice just a little bit, but once it's rolling, it seems to pick up very well.
I want to jump over and talk about that suspension then. So again, you've got the Supreme suspension, 3-inch Pro Billet strut spacers up front. Have you done anything else to the suspension, or is that really the only thing you've done?
No, that's the only thing I've done. That's my first step. Plan on getting your 4-inch suspension here hopefully pretty soon.
What made you go with this setup and size of lift?
I didn't want to go real tall. I think I wanted the center of gravity to continue to be a little lower. I don't want something that I have to climb up into as tall as I want that I want to on a 6-inch. I like the look of a 3 to 4-inch lift. I haven't raised the back at all with the 3-inch lift. I like that offset. I will probably put a 1-inch spacer with the 4-inch lift.
Did you have any issues with fitment, like rubbing? Did you have to do any trimming with the wheels and tires?
No trimming, no rubbing whatsoever, so I've been very pleased. I only went with the 10.5-inch wide tire, not the 11.5 or 12, for that reason.
How do you like the truck as it sits? Are you happy with the way it's set up?
Yeah, for now. I mean, I still plan on doing quite a bit. You know, there's some other things I want to put, small rack in the back. I think eventually I'll put a tent on it, do some overnights, but you know, it's piece by piece.
If you had to go back and do it all over again, is there anything you would do differently?
I would have done the same thing.
All right, so then safe to say you're pretty happy with your choices.
Pretty happy with it, yeah. I get a lot of great ideas from your site, and I do a lot of shopping there, just lots of good product.
So to go over your setup one more time for everybody who's watching, Greg is driving a 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road package. For wheels, he's running the Ion Style 143s. These are 18 by 9s with a 0mm offset. He's also got the Supreme suspension 1.5-inch wheel spacers, and this combination makes for an aggressive stance. For tires, he's got the Nitto TerraGrappler G2s, and these are 265/70 R18s, equating to about a 32 by 10-inch tire. And then for suspension, he's running the Supreme suspension 3-inch Pro Billet strut spacers. So Greg, thank you again for being here with me. Thank you all for watching, and remember, for all things Tacoma, be sure to keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.